Why didn't you give us a countdown?
Yeah.
Fuck. God.
Say the last 2 numbers in the countdown.
You just go to... Puts us on
Who started
camera.
that? Who started the countdown thing where no one says the last
Wayne's World.
2?
Yeah, I think it's Wayne's World. Well, probably before Wayne's World, they're probably making fun of somebody on Wayne's World. But that's where I got it from.
That's where I got it from too, Sean.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I'm not in the industry.
Say all the numbers or move or fire them and get someone else.
Rob Schneider.
Oh.
Was it Rob Schneider?
Was Rob Schneider in that?
No,
No.
he was
Another
not.
He's
famous...
pre-Wayne's World.
He's a
Rob
Lorne Michael
Lowe
guy.
was in that, but Rob Schneider was not.
I'm talking about who in real life started the countdown. I'm pretty sure it was Rob Schneider.
Or it could have been. What about Dick Disc Clark? No, he did.
That's a different
He
countdown.
said the numbers. He said the numbers.
Dick Disc.
But he
Clark.
said them backwards.
Dick Disc. That's
Yeah,
my. It's like Duck Goose, the original version. Dick Disc.
That's nice.
It's just a classic bit.
What happened?
This is what
Classic
we're about.
typo.
When you
Classic
tap
bits.
somebody on the head and you say disc, what happens? They chase you, pin you.
They bench press your hard drive through a wall.
They could do whatever they want to you.
Nice.
They delete hard drives.
Free pass.
Remember when somebody said they could delete our hard drive?
Yeah.
Somebody at school threatened us once and said, "I know how to delete a hard drive."
Yeah.
What a
That's
threat.
crazy that you have to come over to my house and highlight all the files and
You know what?
put it in the recycle bin.
Oh my
Some-
Good
God.
plan.
There are times that someone says something like that to me, and I get nervous because I think like I can't be thinking of what you're saying. Like it's such a simple thing that you just said. Like there's something else that I'm missing that like this probably is a really fucked up thing that he can do that I don't realize. And then it's like,
See,
oh
it
no, this guy
works.
was just an idiot. But like,
Yeah.
I think that I'm the idiot. I always assume that first.
10% of the time it works on guys like you, Sean.
Yeah.
They
Well, I
think-
think like I delete my hard drive. Like, I mean, what could that possibly mean? Oh, nothing. I see.
Yeah, it's just that no one knows what they're talking about.
Oh, cool.
Theme song.
I'm a lonely horseman, got my pistol. I'm just trying to be somebody besides a lonely horseman. Got my gun at my side, I'm just trying to be a lonely horseman, 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 lonely horseman.
And we're back.
He said them all when
Hello.
he counted us down that time.
I hope everyone can see us. Hi. Welcome back. I had the most awkward encounter with a human last week. Animal, we're not going to talk about that. But human, I had the most awkward encounter. What day was it? It was Wednesday, I think. Okay, yeah, Kevin was there. He remembers some details better
You got
than
a
me.
witness.
Yes. Wednesday, we went to Ryan is in town and Kevin went too, but we went to Ryan had never been to Knott's Berry Farm here in California. So we thought, oh, let's check that out. And they went on a river raft ride and I didn't want to go on it. I didn't know if it had like drops or some shit. I didn't want to deal with that.
You always get wet on those. River
Yeah,
raft
and I'd never been on it, so I was like, you guys go on it, let me know how it is, and I need to post some tweets anyway. So I did some tweeting on the side of the river. Anyway, so I'm off to the side of the river, and there's people walking by this ride, and a woman walks in front of me as I'm like on my phone. A woman walks in front of me and says something that I had to run it through my head 100 times to make sure that's really what she said. She went, and I'm going to try to get the inflection just right. She said, "I just farted." And I was like, did she just say that to me?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. To you.
And I look up from my phone and she's just walking, she's pushing a stroller and she's just walking past me and then turns back to look at me.
Ooh.
And this is what she said next. "Did you smell it?"
Oh, what?
And as she said it, and I'm going, and now I'm like paralyzed. I'm going, what?
Did it make you rock
And
hard?
as she's ending that sentence, it was like it was all happening in slow motion. As she said it, she noticed I was not her husband. And you could see it all in the expression. she. So I'm gonna say it with that the way it ended.
Yeah, do the whole wait, yeah. Okay.
Did you smell it? And then she kept pushing her kid in the stroller, and I was just standing there. I went sweaty. I mean, I was just like,
oh my god, you were gassed.
was that? But
got
she
buzz bombed.
said it like it was supposed to like turn this guy on, whoever this was.
Oh my god.
Farted.
Yeah,
Did you smell it?
That's his thing.
I was gonna say that's a healthy relationship, but yeah, maybe it's his fetish.
Yeah,
That's his
good
thing.
for them, but my God, I couldn't. I had all this. We were announcing 64 day stuff that day.
Yeah.
So I had all this stuff to post, and I couldn't do it. I was like, well, let me get back to promoting our. What?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
And-
I felt like I had been just like attacked. Like I needed to talk to. I was waiting for Kevin and Ryan to get off the ride. Like I need help. Like
And
I
you
just
know
needed
what?
to talk.
The worst is that you had no witness to this.
Yeah.
Right? Like that sucks.
I just kept like what?
But I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I
Did
think
you
it's
smell it?
Yes.
No.
You didn't take come on. Out of curiosity, you didn't
You
take
didn't
like
take
a
in,
whiff.
like a big old whiff in.
Yeah, like
we were out in nature. There was a river and an animatronic bear. It was
smells
there was
good.
no. It was.
Can you
it was
imagine
not a-
she gets embarrassed and hurry, walks away, and you yell out, "I got it!" Like,
yeah, I smell it.
oh, I smelled it. Thanks, lady.
There's a raunchy
I don't know who turned. I mean, I just turned white as a sheet, and she did too. So, God, that scared the hell out of me.
Oh my
So anyway,
god.
That's bad.
I've been keeping that. I've been holding that in. Well, she held it in, but she let it out, and so did I. Whatever.
See, us both
I'll
feel
just
better.
move on.
Was
But,
Everyone feels better.
Was she good looking?
I mean, she, you know,
MILF material.
mom.
She's pushing a kid.
Someone's mom.
MILF?
Yeah.
You know. No.
Yeah, you can be judgmental. She farted on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. She's gross. I'll say it.
Oh.
Bet it
But
stunk.
that was what was that? Anyway,
Well-
that's been on my mind so long. It feels so good to finally speak about it.
Well, that was a great story. 10 out of 10 story.
Oh my God.
Did you smell it?
Did you smell it?
Did you
Did you
smell
smell it?
Oh.
Ew.
Oh,
Tyler.
I'm
was her
glad I'm
husband?
not that kid.
Where was her husband? Was he nearby or just gone?
No, she was looking around, and I think he was still on the ride, and then he got off.
You don't just say that without making sure that's the person you're trying to communicate with.
Yeah.
Like, you don't.
You know
fuck
what I
that.
think? I think she's said that and had that interaction so many times she got sloppy. And I don't mean that maybe so literally.
She got too comfortable.
Yeah.
Just verbally. She's
But
like, you know
you-
what? I say that stuff.
She
Feeling
wanted
sloppy.
to be caught.
There have been instances.
Planting clues.
I remember vividly, like grabbing a woman's hand in the grocery store, thinking it was my mom, and it wasn't. It was like,
Yeah,
"Ah!"
I did that. I did that with the kids
It's
too.
the worst, but this is like way worse than
I
that.
did
We've
that
talked
once as a
about
kid,
that,
too.
but this is the worst example that I can ever.
Because I remember farting in the face of a woman at the store, asking her if she smelled it.
Sexually,
Yeah, we all make that mistake.
With a bit
Now,
of a sexual
here's
tone
another
to it.
question: does she tell her husband what happened, or does she keep it to herself?
Could be cheating.
I bet they fought about it.
You think they fought? Oh,
Why weren't you
let him?
behind me?
Yeah, you wasted
Why are you
one.
wasting them?
Why weren't you right behind me? I farted on some random guy fucking tweeting about it.
Yeah,
He's on his
Where
phone.
were you?
I asked if he smelled it. He looked at me like I just fucking molested him.
God, I'd never felt so violated just by words.
You got cropped up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God. Anyway,
That's a great story.
that's all. I just wanted to share that.
I like that she announced it though. She could have just dusted you and walked off, and then you're left going,
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, what? Something.
At first, I
bad
thought
in
like
here."
her fetish was to like have people smell her farts. Like that's her strangers smell my farts.
Yeah.
But no,
yeah,
no.
she should have owned it.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like she could have asked all kinds of people if that was her thing. Like, hey guys, hey everyone here.
You know, if she was just shameless, it would have been no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look you right in the eye and be like, you're welcome.
You saw the guilt
Yeah.
though.
People, there's some people in the chat saying everyone do this to Rocco at game days. Please don't do that.
Don't do that.
fuck.
If anyone asks me that, I will pursue
Security.
act justice immediately.
If you say, "Did you smell it?" to Rocco
pursue
at
justice.
all, whether it be about funnel cake or corn dogs or anything else, he's not gonna like it.
It's not illegal to fart on somebody.
And what would you say to the police? People are trying to fart in front of me. Excuse me,
me.
police.
I don't
People
know
are
what's
trying-
going on, but everybody's farting on me today and
Excuse me.
asking if I smelled
Hello,
it.
911. Yeah, someone tooted,
Someone beat you.
and I know they wanted me to smell it. So now what do we do?
Which is I'm surprised it hasn't been criminalized to fart on
Yeah,
somebody.
I thought you could get in trouble for
farting
on someone.
Well,
like
you could get in trouble
intentionally.
if you fart on the set of Valkyrie. You will get
I gotta look
eliminated.
this up.
I've
Tom
had a
Cruise.
kid. I'm not going to name which one, but one of them was like, "Hey, can you put me on my shoulders?" I'm like, "Okay." So I put him on my shoulders, and just so they could fart on my neck because they knew they had to fart.
Oh,
and they
no.
saved it to
That's-
fart on my neck.
That's mean.
That's
no.
my favorite.
That's so I've had that
Usually,
happen to me.
They leak out when you pick them up to put them up there, but they held it
No,
tight
they held
until-
it and said, "Oh, I'm gonna get this guy.
Oh,
I'm gonna get him."
Was it warm?
It feels like bubbles coming.
Oh, sick. Air bubbles
Well,
popping.
let me ask you. Did you smell it?
I didn't smell it,
Smell that.
and I put him down and said, "I'm not picking up again for the rest of the day."
I had a teacher
Now we're
get
fighting.
super mad at the classroom because someone led SBD out, and it filled the room with a noxious
can't-
fume. And he got like, "All right, everyone's giggling. I know someone farted. It fucking stinks. This is my fucking house. You just came into my house and farted? Who did it? I want to know who did it." I mean, it was like the Tom Cruise Valkyrie rant.
Yeah.
What?
No one copped to it, but it was like,
We've
damn.
by the way, we've talked about it on the podcast. Real quick recap though, in case people don't know. Apparently, on the set of the movie Valkyrie, they were filming on grounds where there was like Nazi activity back in the during World War II and things like that.
Very sensitive.
And they had a moment of silence on the set, and someone ripped a big fart, and Tom Cruise went on a rant for apparently like 20 minutes, like, "You'll never work in Hollywood again."
Trying to
who
find it.
farted? I want to know. Give me the recordings. I'm going to locate who farted. And so I know we brought that up on the podcast before, but in case
But-
anybody doesn't know.
Give me the recordings.
Give me the recordings.
Yeah, he wanted to like analyze all the 5.1 audio to like, okay, it came from this corner, which is where Steve was,
No, he's gonna make his Scientology lieutenants get on
I'm
it.
on
Yeah.
Reddit. and
Yeah,
I found
what's it look like?
I found a post from a lawyer that says technically farting on somebody is not illegal.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
It's our
But-
last hope.
I got no recourse.
So battery is the intentional forced touching of another. And that could be minimized to throwing a piece of paper at somebody or spitting on them. And it says the smallest touching that he has seen upheld in court was a woman yelling in a cop's face because pieces of spittle were hitting the cop.
That was battery.
Ooh, so they got taken down. for
Legally
that?
speaking, that could be battery. So as long as you're not spackling them with the fart,
Yeah, no fecal matter.
then
Yeah,
you're
what if
good.
I can prove spackle?
If you prove spackle, that's battery. That's illegal.
Yeah, you can't prove the fart. You cannot prove.
So
the
if
fart.
it's like a Shrek
Some you
4D
can.
level fart, there might be some legal course of action to be taken.
I'm gonna sue Universal Studios.
So there you go.
Damn.
The legal advice from Mega64.
We were making jokes. That's good to know. We were making jokes just the other day about, I think it was the Shrek thing again. We're always making jokes about the wet fart being in a movie, whatever. Kevin had not seen the Star Wars prequels ever before. And so this past week, we started doing that. We started watching. If you haven't seen, I'm putting videos on my personal channel of his reaction to each one because he went in cold to all of them. And so we kept saying, "Ooh, we're about to watch episode 1. You're in for something. I don't know what you're gonna think." And I think Kevin made a joke like, "What do they pull a Shrek, do a wet fart in it?" And it was like, "Yeah,
they do.
they do."
There is some
Kevin
animal.
had this look of like, "There's not a fart in a Star Wars movie." Yeah, when
There
they're
is?
getting ready for the pod race,
Yeah.
that thing rips a fucking nasty fart.
I do.
This
what?
creature, and then Jar Jar goes, "What?" and looks up, and this beast is like,
He says like "ooh poo-doo" or some shit like.
how
They're classic films.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't.
but
I don't
They
remember
really
the
are
fart.
great.
Anyway, so watch.
It's wet.
I'm starting to put those videos out. I put up Kevin's reaction to episode 1. Spoiler, didn't think it was that bad. So
Wet fart included. Still
yeah,
good.
wet fart included. So I think we learned something.
Maybe
about
that's
Kevin.
why he liked it.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's specifically.
I think the real spoiler is Kevin spoiled my respect for his taste in movies.
Oh,
Well, he just wants to watch them.
I think
once.
Kevin saw them after. I actually totally saw where he was coming from because he's had 20 years of hearing what a gut wrenching experience this was going to be. So when he saw it, it was like, oh, that's it. Okay. It wasn't like he didn't like him as much as the original movies.
These are the worst ones of all the Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate it.
But wouldn't you say it's like 20 years of people telling you you're going to like fucking rip your hair out? It's not that bad if you hear that for 20 years, I guess. But maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
It blows my mind. He liked episode 1 better than episode 2.
Episode 2 sucks. I agree with Kevin. Episode 2 is the worst one.
Well, I haven't put up his reaction to episode 2, so
Oh,
you'll have
sorry.
to see exactly
okay.
what he
I
says.
guess I spoiled it.
You'll have
Yeah,
to see
we were
exactly
talking
what he says.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
But anyway, while we're on the subject of Star Wars, I wasn't even going to bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring what up?
But
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I've had a lot of people asking me, just noticing kind of like the hue off of this lightsaber. And,
I've
I
seen
just
nothing
thought-
in the chat.
I just thought I would explain kind of why I chose this
Nice.
color.
Yeah,
Pride Month.
First of all, okay, so it's purple. See that?
Pride Month.
Okay.
I can
First
hear
of
it.
all, purple. It's pimp, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's one.
Yeah.
One.
that's one.
Rocco is a pimp.
Okay. Two. I actually got BMF engraved.
Whoa.
You can't see it.
Okay.
It's,
Are
lenses
you
are-
impersonating Samuel L. Jackson? Because that is racial appropriation,
No.
and that's not going to fly on this podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if you can cosplay
no, these
as
are all-
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
These are all specifically my reasons. If Samuel can take that up with me later, that's not my problem.
Okay.
So, but I guess I'll drop it. Anyway, I went to I can't remember if I brought it up before. I went to Galaxy's Edge
You did it.
this week.
You went to a different galaxy.
And I was just telling Derek about this, but I had a great experience at the end of the night. So whatever, I could go on and on and on and on forever. I'll put up like a separate video talking about everything there.
Yeah.
Because I could go on for a million
Yeah, I don't
years.
want to be spoiled.
No, yeah. But it was cool. Long and short of it, it was really cool. The ride there was super awesome. Had a great experience. Couple things were a little hinky. They didn't make the cantina big enough. It's like everyone on Earth wants to go to the fucking Star Wars cantina.
Oh,
I don't know why you wouldn't make that bigger.
It's maxed out.
But other than that, it was like fantastic experience. Really cool. Made this lightsaber myself. The whole thing. Fantastic.
Did you need help?
No
one came to help you?
No, I didn't even, I was a natural.
Every video that I saw someone doing it, like people couldn't figure it out, and they're like, "I'll help you," and they'd help you.
No, he
Yeah,
used
sorry,
the Force.
This guy assembles so
Idiots.
many toys.
That,
You're
you know
dealing
what,
with the
Derek,
fucking
that is
master.
a fantastic point.
Maybe these dumb little children couldn't
Right.
figure it out, but I'm a grown ass man. Okay, I had it.
No Padawan
But
here.
what I was saying was the best experience of the night was we had the late. You had to book an appointment to go or whatever, and you go for like 4 hours or whatever. And
For the land itself.
Yeah, for the land,
And then for
yeah.
the lightsaber thing.
they'd give you a time to come check it out.
Okay.
So we went and we had the last one of the night. So we got out of our thing. And it was midnight. Everything was shutting down, and we were still in the whole Star Wars land. Not that many people left. It's like, dude, there's the full Millennium Falcon over there. Just kind of taking it in, taking some pictures, whatever. And then this guy walked up to me, and he was like, "Man, so good to see you here. Great to see you." And I'm like, "Thanks." And he's like, "Yeah, man, can you believe all this?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's crazy. They did a really good job with this." He's like, "Yeah, man, but it's good to see you too. You guys did some great stuff for our company. Thank you." And then my head starts scanning him. I'm like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Haven't seen this guy in a long time. Who is he? He's familiar. Yeah. I mean, people keep wanting you to do another one. And I'm like, what? Who is I'm scanning. Who is this?
Yeah, you're the best with recognizing
yeah,
people.
I turned to you always for this.
Yeah,
situation.
I'm pretty good at that, but I couldn't quite get it. And he's like, "Yeah, people still, talk about that video, still doing Armor Games." I'm like, "Armor Games!"
yeah.
It was the guy from ArmorGames.com.
I would have never in a million years guessed Armor Games.
So yeah, it was the main dude from Armor Games was
Yeah.
there. If anybody hasn't seen that, like a decade ago, we did an ad for ArmorGames.com.
I feel like that was longer than that was forever ago.
maybe 11 years.
Oh my
Long,
god.
long time ago.
ArmorGames.com, and he was the owner of ArmorGames.com, and I had so much fun doing that video, but that was a million years ago, so I hadn't seen him.
Was that like Derek selling items on QVC?
Yeah.
And you guys got killed?
Right.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first makeup jobs I did for you guys. Because in my camera roll on my phone, that's like the first picture.
Yeah, we met you in 05, and that was like early 08.
Okay.
So, but it was a really more intense than I think you had done for us to that
Yeah,
point. 'Cause
that
it was like
sticks out.
hanging jaw,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
guts hanging. Yeah.
It's a great vid.
That was some of my favorite. That video had a lot of improv, and I always liked it just for the fact that, Derek was just up on the screen going for so long, and then we cut it down to like kind of the best stuff. But that was when, if you remember, there was a news story. I remember we were all cracking up because there was a news story about a guy who was watching two guys break into his house, and he was on the phone with 911. Hey, I'm just wondering if I should shoot these guys or not. Sir, don't shoot them. We're sending police down. Nah, I think I'm just gonna shoot him. Hold on 1 second. And they heard like,
Yes. That's
this guy
right.
killed them like over the phone. And
Did he kill him?
Who
knows?
I think they were dead. and they heard it over the phone. So we just essentially just recreated that because we thought it was so funny. But anyway, I had fond memories of that video. So it was fun getting to see that guy. And now I said he's still doing Armor Games. And I think he's doing that, but also doing, coincidentally, I think he runs a theme park channel on YouTube where they put up like ride-throughs of, in case people can't make it or want to see a ride, they'll do like a POV or whatever video. I think it's Theme Park HD, which I had watched a million times before because sometimes I have to look at rides ahead of time to like, okay, is this thing going to make me throw up? I want to like see this before I go on it, And I had seen their stuff. It was what a small world. So anyway.
No pun intended. Small world.
Yeah.
No.
I also ran into the guy, Matthew, who made that awesome, there's a documentary about the Epcot ride Horizons about like these guys that used to sneak into it and do shit on the set of this ride when no one was watching. And he did this amazing documentary. He was at the park yesterday too. So I got to see him. And it was cool. Got to see a lot of good people.
You got to go to a different planet and meet people. So that's cool.
The guy from Flash Film was there. Who else was there? Everyone was there.
Dude,
Celine Dion.
I wasn't there.
The place to
You
be.
weren't there.
But did anybody fart on you?
That's the
No. That's why. So I'm going back Wednesday.
So since the last podcast, you've gone to 2 theme parks. This guy never works.
You know what though?
What?
If I'm wearing this, I asked for it.
Wearing what?
Yeah.
Well, Mario Kart shirt. It just looks
Yeah.
like I'm not taking anything seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
what I meant.
cartoony.
That's what I meant.
All right, cool.
I mean, you're going to be back for game days shortly as well.
Yeah, everyone, please join us for game days this year, November 9th and 10th.
California Adventure.
Mega64.com/game days. By the way, we made the right call doing California Adventure this year.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Star Wars thing is awesome, but I think they're going to handle it in a very different way where you like, it's almost like take a number and then they'll let you know when to enter the,
Oh my God.
I don't know exactly how they're going to handle it, but they honestly, they did a really good job. It was never, everyone who wanted to go pretty much got to, and it was never like overly crowded in that area. They did a really good job, and I think they're going to probably handle it in a different way. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't think we could have taken fucking 500 people just straight into it this year.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's better. We're doing it at California Adventure. Hey, if people want to like jump over, across the pond and go see the Star Wars thing on their own, it's there. But I think California Adventure is in a great place right now. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So see you guys this November.
Cannot wait.
Oh man, I had another thing I was going to say, and I can't remember. It didn't have anything to do with that, unfortunately.
It wasn't theme park related.
No,
It wasn't like
unfortunately, no.
Splash City.
Derek, I have a question for you. I'm going to shoot a question at you from the hip. I hope you're ready for it.
You ready?
Hands up.
Are you
Ready?
working on any new music videos?
I am.
Whoa.
Wow.
Can you talk about them or no?
That's a weird question. Why do you ask?
I'm asking because I reshuffled. This is going to come out of left field, so you may not be prepared.
Okay.
I was watching Mega64 TV because I reshuffled the the playlist or whatever.
Yeah.
And I added, for the record, in case anybody hasn't watched it in a while, I added like all our latest videos and stuff from our Metal Gear video, all that stuff. And Derek's music videos are in there. I've added those to our playlist or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And that Sixes video, I really liked that Sixes. That was the latest one that you put up, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was really good. And I was going to say, I don't say it enough, but I think your music videos are really good. I thought that was really, really well done. When you were shooting it in here, I just thought, what are you going to do with this? Because it was kind of just them playing. But I was really impressed by how active and imaginative it was, considering really it was just kind of them playing. You know what I mean? And I was just going to say, I thought it was really good, so I'm excited for the next one. I know this seems suspicious, like I'm trying
does.
to
Thank
whatever.
you very
much.
But I actually sat and watched it, and I was like, I can't remember the last time I just sat here and just watched it as entertainment. You know what I mean? So
you.
I want to say props. You know what? I don't give props enough.
You know, that music video was nominated for a San Diego Film Award back in April.
Yeah.
I lost.
Come on.
I lost to the lamest video.
That's always the way.
They're not going to watch this, are they?
I'm going to throw them under the bus.
okay.
It was so awful. I could say that because I went to the screening of all the music videos, and the people who beat me came up afterwards. They're like, "We loved your video. It's our favorite music video of the night." And
Really?
I was conflicted. I was like, "Oh, because you beat me for the award." So
who'd you vote for?
Are you going to hand it over or?
Yeah.
No, it's not like they didn't vote for it. It was a bunch of judges.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am working on I filmed one music video, and I think tomorrow actually I'm going to go have a meeting with another local band about another music video.
Nice. Cool.
And another Sixes video is on the way. So
The San Diego scene's blowing up, man. We have pretty good music here in San Diego.
yeah, I made a Spotify playlist of all the friends I have who are in bands that I think are pretty good. You could check that out. I tweeted it out. I'll send another tweet out later tonight.
Right.
Follow me on Twitter at Gustafo.
Yeah, it's weird because when I was younger, I felt like whenever someone would tell me about, local music, it was always like, nah, not interested. You know, it's like the only local music I ever listened to was Blink-182, you know, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
If that counted.
That does, yeah.
But as I get older, I'm more appreciative of like, whenever I hear one of the bands that like one of your videos, I'm just like, oh damn, they put all I think I'm more appreciative of how people like, it's hard to get shit together like that. You know what I mean? And so I watch that and I'm just like, wow, that's really good. Like, I think I'm more, whatever. I have more of an open ear for that.
There's a lot of bands from San Diego that are really big outside of San Diego, and then they come home and nobody gives a shit about them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple bands, like Earthless is a huge band, especially in Europe. They tour Europe and tens of thousands of people go to their shows. And then they come here and they play like the Casbah,
Wow.
Yeah.
you know,
That's
for a couple
venue.
hundred people.
Yeah,
but,
maybe a couple hundred.
you know, it's just weird. Why would you be so big somewhere else and then you come home, people are like, whatever.
I have heard from other bands that San Diego is not the most receptive crowd to play to, and some people like just don't like coming here.
I've heard that there's a lot of stuff to do in San Diego.
Yeah.
So it waters down the nightlife that maybe more people in a city with less to do would just go to see that show.
I've heard that about LA before.
Yeah.
Like a lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
local
yeah.
bands struggle like hell over there because you're competing with so many other things happening.
Well, you know what it's like when you go to a show here? You kind of like nod your head, and people
Yeah.
start the pit, and you're like, I'm not
Yeah,
going
fuck
in the
that.
pit.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
too
Yeah, that's the
hoity-toity.
San Diego vibe. Everywhere else, they're like, get the fucking pit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Jess Margera from CKY said playing in San Diego was like watching a crowd of people trying to crack a safe. And I thought that was such a great explanation. He's like, they're all just like, you know, and it was like looking for a little more energy. But they came again recently, and that was a great show.
I went to a show at a bar once. Mrs. Magician was playing, and the person I was with was not from San Diego, and they tried to start a mosh pit.
Oh my god! In a bar?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was like,
This bar's good for that, though.
nah.
It's not
They
gonna
didn't want
happen
it.
here.
Look, you're new to San Diego, but that's not gonna fly here.
I never got the appeal of that, even when I was a young angsty teenager. Like, why would I want to go in a pit and get punched in the face?
Yeah.
That
You
sounds
didn't
like
get in the pit?
No,
Never?
I hated
whenever,
the pit.
Whenever I mention that, like I hate that stuff, I'll always get, a little bit of like, oh, you're old. Well, you're old. So, and it's like, man, I was 17 at an Aquabad show.
Yeah,
and I
never into
fucking
it.
hated it. I was
would-
like, can everyone just shut the fuck up and just listen?
I would
to
always
it?
like shove people away from me into the pit because I wanted them to get the fuck off me, but I never wanted to go in there.
Yeah,
It depends.
so you're in the pit.
There's different types of pits. There's like circle pit, which is fine because no one's really throwing elbows and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you fall, you see people getting picked back up. Then like this
it's
is a good mosh
crowd,
pit to get
yeah.
in. When people start going in opposite directions and crashing into each other and throwing elbows and stuff,
Yeah.
you want to stay. That's Slayer pit. You want to stay back out.
There have been times that I've gone into the pit just to work my way around to get to the front.
Yeah.
And stay there. It's like you can get a way better view.
Yeah.
But
Hardcore pit. You
I
do
just-
some picking up the
I
change.
just want to like stand there and hear
karate
music.
moves.
I don't know. Karate
That's-
moves.
the
I do see
hardcore-
that. I do see
Pick
that.
up
Yeah.
chains.
The
and do
hardcore
karate.
pit was
Yeah.
a next level experience
Yep.
in like
I remember that.
early 2000s, late 90s. It was all about like kung fu class in fucking Shea Cafe.
Wow.
I run,
kicks,
I-
high kicks,
absolutely.
combo moves where
There's
I pick
always, like,
someone up by their waist.
That one guy who's just literally walking around punching people in the face. You ever
That's
seen that?
yeah, that's a
Yeah, I've
bummer.
seen that.
He just goes around the edge, like grabbing people by the collar, hitting them.
Or trying to pull people in, go around the edge and pulling people who don't want to be
Be in
in.
the pit,
He
yeah.
pulls them in. Yeah, that guy sucks. And he's usually the guy with his shirt off.
Always.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
when we went to that show recently, me and Kevin and Garrett went to that CKY show.
Yeah.
They played with Necrogoblicon, which got crazy. And yeah, the pit broke out, and I'm like, nope. And I'm standing off. I'm one of the few standing off to the side of the room. This band has a goblin mascot that is just jumping around, going crazy. Which was hilarious.
He's
That
awesome
made the
looking.
show 10 times
Yeah.
better.
Good
but then
makeup.
he vanished at one point, and then this pit broke out, and it's like, oh my god, this is going bad. So I back out. I'm against the wall, and then all of a sudden behind me, someone grabs me around me, and I'm like, oh shit, what is that? Like, what are they doing? And I turn around, and it was this goblin, and he just turned me around and went, and then ran off. I was like, okay, that was all right. That was fun.
That's good.
He got you with his gloves on.
Necrogoblicon. If you like that kind of music, that's a fun show.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you might not have very much fun. But that was cool. But the only time I was ever any form of aggressive during something like that was I think it was like an Aquabats show or something, and it broke into an insane pit there, which at the Aquabats.
Yeah,
like,
that sucks because there's so many kids around
yeah,
at
and that's how I
Aquabat
felt at the
shows.
time. And I think someone doing one of those pits, like bumped into a kid or knocked a kid over, or maybe I'm crazy. I thought maybe it was like your sister or somebody, at an Aquabat show. Maybe I'm wrong. Back when she was like way young,
younger,
you know.
yeah.
And something happened where like some kid got pushed over, and then this big dude, he had like fucking Weird Al hair, like. And he might have been shirtless too. I can't remember. Like knocked a kid over, and I think I shoved that guy really hard. I think I
Nice.
I don't think he even saw me, but he kept hitting this kid. So I just shoved him as hard as I could to get out of the way, and he didn't come back over. But that's otherwise I
Yeah.
don't get involved.
You are
it
a
might have been
Jedi.
Weird Al. It could have been. I don't know.
You
The craziest shit I've ever seen with a pit was when our friend Jenny Lucky back in the day, she was like attacked by some girl who was trying to like crowd surf, and like the girl like jumped on top of her.
Yeah.
And then Jenny took her by her hair and just threw her into the pit by her hair, and she fell on her butt, and then it was just gone in the sea of like legs and feet. I was like, oh, I think he just killed that girl.
Good
Murderer.
What show was that at?
It was Yakobats.
Oh, rough crowd at the Aquabat.
Aquabats are fucked up, man.
Aquabats in the Soma in 2001, 2002 was fucking crazy.
It was a Death Cab for Cutie show.
Yeah, it was Bright Eyes.
We saw a fight at Weird Al. Remember that?
A fight at Weird Al.
Yeah, we did see a fight at Weird Al.
Yeah.
There were it was about to like
And it
blow
was
up.
seated. It was seated.
It was a seated Weird Al show. Even and the band was seated. They were just like telling stories and jamming.
Yeah.
And these guys, what was the fight about?
I have no idea.
You're in my
I'm not-
seat.
It was like, and weren't they like all like 700-pound guys?
I think so. I think alcohol.
I'm
was
not
involved,
leaving.
but-
You leave. Yeah.
Kevin, probably. Alcohol was probably involved.
I like eat it. No, I like.
It's all about the pentiums.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were just there. Like it was that show was like by the water.
Yeah.
And so I remember saying to you, like, this is the most chill environment. Why would this happen? Like, it was anyway.
Good times.
We're gonna see Weird Al again this summer. He played a real stripped down show before, and this time he's playing with a full orchestra.
Whoa,
Bring
Yeah.
the Kevlar.
dude!
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If that got aggressive, it's gonna be bad.
It's A&M because I don't know. I was trying to make a S&M joke, but it didn't work out. Ow. WA. Nah, it doesn't work. I'll workshop that one later, guys. I'll get back to you on that.
Are you gonna edit that out?
Nah, I'll keep it.
All right, don't worry, Sean. I'm gonna save the bit. All right. So, why'd I pick purple? First of all,
Pride Month.
it's pimp. Okay. I can't remember the other reasons. I'll get back to you.
It's the most important one.
It really like fucks with the camera.
Yeah, it can't handle the frame rate.
Yeah, it can't handle it. It like anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
Your frequencies are
Don't
off.
need to dwell on it.
I was gonna say I watched something, so let's talk about that.
Nice.
No, I watched I don't know if you've seen it, Jared, but HBO released like what was it? Behind the Wall? What's that fucking called? Some Game of Thrones documentary.
Oh, no, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, it was on in the Game of Thrones time slot the week after the
The
show
week after it
ended.
aired, I forget what it's called. I think something about the wall. I don't know.
Beyond the Wall?
Beyond the Wall,
Something
whatever.
like that.
But it's a 2-hour documentary on making the final season. And it was so much better than the final season.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was so good. I know a lot of people, sorry, I don't mean to step on it, but
No, yeah. The
So
Last
many-
Watch.
The Last Watch, that's what it was. I know so many people who bailed on it who didn't watch the documentary because it's like, well, why? Fuck that last season. Why do I want to watch a 2-hour thing about it?
Yeah.
But what makes it so good is it follows the crew.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow like, oh, here's the stars and the main writers. It follows the fucking crew just getting it set up. But anyway.
Yeah. It was so cool. They picked like random people like, oh, who's the guy who makes the fake snow? We're going to follow that guy. Who's the
Yeah.
guy who does the
that's-
prosthetics? We'll follow that lady.
Yeah, it
And
was
then
so good.
Let's find, okay, this guy has been an extra like every season and he's like a diehard fan that he just is so happy to be here. We'll follow that guy too. And it's just their stories. And it's like,
Yeah.
I put it like, this is a lame comparison, but like there's an episode of Star Trek Next Generation where it has nothing to do with the main cast. It's like these 4 ensigns and it follows them around and then like they're like in like the 10 forward, like having a drink and like, oh shit, there's the captain. And you see the captain from like their eyes and it's like, oh fuck, they're so excited. Like
They look up to
don't,
him.
Don't
Yeah.
mess up, don't mess up,
Yeah,
don't mess up.
yeah.
You know, like, it's like that kind of thing. And it was like that where it's like, oh shit, there's Kit Harington right there. Oh my God, okay. And like, be cool. And
Yeah.
it's like, it was
it's
so
from their
cool.
perspective.
It was
so good.
It was really, really fun. And it kills me because you see that people put everything they had into that season. Like they killed themselves for a year to get this done. And it's like, and everything in that season was 10 out of 10 except for the fucking writing.
Yep.
And it like ruined everything. So, but it was really good. So I recommend it to you, Derek.
Yeah, that documentary was really cool.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. That was the best thing that came out of the last season.
Yeah. I mean, there were moments in the season that were fine and were good.
Oh, there was some shit I thought was really cool in a vacuum. There were scenes, I'm going to call them pod race scenes. They weren't pod race scenes, literally. But like,
I know what you mean, though.
yeah, in a vacuum, I thought the pod race was really cool in Star Wars. But then you go, why are we spending 30 minutes of a Star Wars movie about this?
Now that's always where I fall asleep.
Yeah. Maybe that's a bad example because that's just me. But yeah, there were things I thought were really cool in a vacuum.
Yeah.
But as an overall thing, even that episode with the long night, the battle with whatever,
Yeah.
I thought was a fucking thrilling episode in its own vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember saying, but like this doesn't bode well for the whole season. Like that was already dealt with. You know, it was all these other things. It's like in a vacuum, I enjoyed that, but that was then it
Well,
continued.
it's good. Check it out. Honestly, even if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, you have no plans on
Yeah.
watching it, like watch it. It's,
You know,
it's really
what I was
fun.
Good
thinking
on its
about
own.
Game of Thrones is it's been a really long time since I've been a fan of anything. Like I don't really follow like The Walking Dead or not since
Time to
Lost have
start.
I followed a TV show.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I really enjoy just being a part of a fandom.
Yeah.
And
Game of Thrones was almost there for you, probably.
totally. I mean, now that the season has ended, I think I've enjoyed Game of Thrones memes way more than I enjoyed all of season 8.
Yeah.
I get to be a part of, the whole world complaining about this show
Right.
and making jokes, and I'm right there with them,
Yeah.
I never watched Infinity War, so last summer there were all these like Thanos snaps and this person disappears
Yeah.
memes, and I was like, I don't really know what this is about.
Yeah.
but-
Couldn't enjoy the meme.
But I'm enjoying the meme. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying being part of the
See,
Game
the
of
meme
Thrones
ride.
fandom.
Something good did come out of the last season.
I couldn't have been happier that I caught up when I did. Because I raced to watch the whole show before the last season.
Right.
And I had so many people tell me like, oh, I bet you regret, racing that, to get there for nothing kind of, but it's like, no, I got to be part of like I was involved and not involved. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't have 8 years invested in this ending.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it for what it was. And then, when it all kind of fucking poofed into nothing at the end, I kind of just laughed. To me, it was extremely funny. I was bummed. I wanted it to end better than it did too, but
I see a lot of
You know
people
what I
feeling like vindicated that they never watched the show.
no, I don't agree
that's
with that.
like
I don't
a
agree
weird
with that.
mindset.
Yeah, totally. They're like, the 8th season was bad. I am so glad I never got involved watching this piece of shit show. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it would be bad. And I just feel like, I really enjoyed it for almost a decade.
And-
I'm very glad I watched it.
you know, in
I'm
fact-
very glad I did.
It was funny because I was thinking about, like, I have so many memories of Game of Thrones, like, just by myself watching it.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about this, and I watched Game of Thrones with multiple different girlfriends through multiple different relationships. I watched Game of Thrones when I was single.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, those relationships would end, but me and Game of Thrones would go on.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like, I had those moments where it's like, I can't watch it because I have to wait for my girlfriend, so we're going to download it. We'll watch it on Monday. I went through that, but I also went through, I'm fucking going home early tonight. I'm turning my phone off. I'm sitting in front of my computer.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching by myself, eating candy. Like, I have so many distinct memories of where
Absolutely.
I was at different moments in that show.
Yeah.
I'll never forget where I was when the Red Wedding happened.
Me neither.
At my computer, about to pop a piece of candy into my mouth, and then, spoiler alert, they stab her in the stomach. And I think for the rest of the episode, I was just like,
Candy
Holding
never.
it?
Candy
yeah,
never
just
went.
holding the candy.
Yeah.
It was a blueberry warhead. Like, I have such a vivid memory about it. I was like right about to pop this. I was like, this is a good episode. What? Oh, holy shit. So,
There was a moment where someone gets killed on the toilet, and I jumped a fucking mile when that happened. I've never jumped harder in anything in my life.
Yeah.
To the point where I knocked a drink over. I was like, oh fuck! Like,
Yeah.
it was like a whole thing. No, I loved that show, and I still love that show. Like, I think it's still a great. It's one of the best shows ever made.
Yeah, yeah.
I still think that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ending wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst ending I've ever heard of. So it was fine. But whatever.
See, I put it in the lines of shows. Now that it's wrapped up, I have this kind of list of shows I have to go back and catch up on.
Yeah.
And the last one I did was Sopranos on your guys' recommendation, and I loved it. But I feel like Game of Thrones is still under Breaking Bad on my list.
Yeah, I would I would put it. That's the thing is, I would never let this ending be like, don't ever watch that fucking show.
Yeah.
No,
But
no.
does it bump it down the queue? Yeah, I could see that.
That's what it did for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just hearing the negativity around the ending has kind of bumped it down a couple notches. I'll rewatch some other stuff,
But
then
I
I'll
think
watch
it's
Breaking
gonna be
Bad.
like Kevin watching Star Wars, and you're gonna watch it and be like, no, it's fine. You know, 'cause,
Yeah.
like, right
Yeah.
now your expectations are real low.
Because I will
and it's
say,
not that.
I will say, as much as I see every criticism with the last season, I definitely was. There were moments of rage that other people had that I was like, it's not. Yeah, all right, But again, I was in that kind of along for the ride mentality.
Sure.
But I saw when it was all concluded, I saw what everyone was saying, and I mostly agreed. But
Yeah.
But I'm glad I watched it.
Dude, tomorrow is the Chernobyl series finale. So that was it.
Yeah.
It was only 5 episodes.
That's
so
a perfect
More
amount.
shows should take that route.
I
5 episodes and
completely
done.
agree. It's perfect. It was so far it's been a great 4 episodes.
But they're gonna do a season 2.
Yeah.
They'll do something IRL to justify a season 2.
I was saying they did something that I've never seen before, but they knew it was going to be 5 episodes, and they released a podcast to coincide with the show, with the creator and a guy interviewing him. And so it's really interesting to hear like the creator like talk about making it, and also like what they had to cut out or like what happened in real life. And it's really great.
That's
So-
very Kojima.
Is it?
With Metal Gear 4, he put out a podcast in the game that you could listen to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Damn, that's cool.
I just finished Hiroshima this week.
Oh,
It was
nice.
good.
Oh, why would you watch something fucking depressing like that? Like, why even like subject yourself?
I tweeted about it on Instagram.
Uh,
I think getting new.
Hey, wait, hold on. Did you? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your story, but were you aware Bam Margera said that this week?
No.
He literally, we were joking about it yesterday because he literally put up a video the other day that said, my mom thinks I'm loony bin because I'm sitting here tweeting on my Instagram, and everyone in the comments is like, what the fuck?
what the fuck?
he's
So
old.
I was like, is he referencing that? Or?
Bam's
Anyway,
a dad.
I didn't
He's
mean to
officially
interrupt
old
you.
now.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
I always thought if a nuke was dropped on you, you're dead. But,
Right.
But then I read Hiroshima, and there's at least 6 people who survived.
Oh,
That's good.
The book follows 6
Nice. So
survivors.
you're saying there's a chance.
I think reading the book made me feel like I would probably survive. But then after I finished the book, I really thought about it. I was like, well, they don't really interview the 100,000 people that were turned to dust. So
Yeah.
maybe
I
it's a
don't
little
Those
bit
guys
more
didn't
complicated.
get
You
very good
probably-
interviews.
Just get the good stories.
You probably want to be one of the people who gets turned to dust instead of just surviving the horrible after effects
Yeah,
for the rest of your short life.
That's what I can't decide. You know,
Yeah.
It seems like radiation sickness and the lasting effects of being nuked sucked.
Yeah.
But all throughout the book, the big thing about it was like doctors for the rest of these people's lives, if they ever had a problem, a doctor couldn't ever say if it was due to the atom bomb or just something that would have happened in their life anyway.
Genetics or something.
Yeah, so it was all throughout the book. It was like, you know, they had fatigue, they were often nauseous. You know, this may or may not have been caused by the bomb. We don't know. And it's like, well, I'm pretty sure I know.
Yeah.
But some people had no symptoms at all, you know. Some
Right.
people went on to live their life and it was as if nothing ever happened.
Wow.
Physically,
Yeah.
they recovered completely.
In the show, like the first episode is when, you know, the reactor blows up
In Chernobyl.
in Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
And spoiler. There are people who like see it and then like 5 minutes later they're dead because of whatever happened. They were so exposed they just died. And then later on in episodes you see people like 2 weeks later and then they are going through like agony and torture and then they die. And it's like, dude, those guys at the beginning were luckier than these guys. Like they lived there for 2 weeks, but that is not life you want to live.
There are a lot of people that would just drop dead. They talk about it in Hiroshima where they would say like, oh, there's this person on the bridge and I thought they were fine, but then I turned around and they were just dead. And later on, because they had no idea what radiation was. at the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could die instantly. You could die within 5 minutes, within 5 days, within 5 weeks.
5 years.
You could die at any moment, basically. So what's the difference?
A lot of people believe. I'm gonna get dark.
Turn me to a
Get
shadow,
dark
baby.
For a second. A lot of people believe that's what happened to my grandfather, my dad's dad. My dad's dad died young, and it was all this kind of stuff. It was like he worked on equipment.
Military testing?
He worked on equipment in the military for years, and then it was like all of a sudden like all of a sudden, it was just like cancer and just he was like shrinking almost. Like it was just all this stuff, and they think it was like stuff with radiation that no one really knew about at the time. And it was like, after a few years, it caught up.
That same thing happened to my grandpa as well. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like everyone in his department, including the secretary, all died within a year of cancer.
There was a
Cancer,
town
yeah.
we
John
visited
Wayne, too.
recently
Yeah.
in Utah, and I looked it up on Wikipedia, and apparently they used to film movies there in the 50s.
Is this the John Wayne thing?
Yeah, and all those film crews
And
Yeah, I
actors
heard
and
about that.
everyone.
died
Really?
of cancer within like 20 years.
I
Because
didn't
of all
know
the
that.
nuclear testing going on in the deserts of Nevada, the fallout would be pushed over into specifically that town.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh man, that shit scares me. See that?
Yeah,
you know,
well,
there's
that's the
certain
thing.
things that just get under your skin. I mean,
You can't
not
even
so to
see
speak,
it.
But yeah, that's the thing. There's no way to know.
yeah,
Like
It's invisible.
it's invisible and you don't feel it happening. All of it, but that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
you know?
but I think it was something like out of a 120 person crew, like 85 got cancer. and died
I've
young.
heard about that. And they all died within the same kind of range, like
Yeah.
a couple years.
20 years later.
but that was the creepiest part of the watching this Chernobyl show too. Is like some of the guys who weren't as exposed, but still were around, and it's like, what does this mean for us? And it's like, I don't know, 5-10 years cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
so
like
they-
it's like, we're not dropping dead, but like we've just put a cap on our lives. It's like, oh my god, to know that. Oh. So anyway, why would you watch Hiroshima? That's just depressing.
Radiation?
Shame on you.
Did you smell it?
There was
Did you smell it?
in
Oh,
that
sorry.
book, they talked about, this is something I'd never heard about. There's a boat called Lucky Dragon number 5. This was the inspiration for Godzilla partially, but after they dropped those nukes, the nuclear bombs during the war, America continued to test nuclear bombs. Bikini Island.
Oh, yeah.
Bikini Atoll Island in the Pacific.
Yeah.
And apparently there was this fisherman's boat that was close by, and one day they saw this flash off in the distance, and then like a little while later, white ash started raining down on them. And it was all this fallout. They tested this nuke, and it had nuked a bunch of like I don't know, fish or coral or something, thrown it up into the atmosphere, and the ash started raining down on them. And they said that people on the boat spent hours like cleaning up by hand. One guy like licked the ash, and I was just reading this, being like,
no.
"No, don't do that."
Well, yeah.
I like the movie version though. It just we do all this nuclear testing and we wake up Godzilla, like
he
you
got
mentioned
pissed off.
earlier.
There's a new Godzilla out.
I saw it last night.
You saw it?
It
Was
was
it good?
fucking awesome.
Really? I've heard mixed reviews. I almost saw it.
I could not even get a fraction of interest in that. I
Really?
don't give a
Yeah.
fuck
I
about
am on the
Godzilla.
same
So
page.
I'm interested now that you said that it was good because I don't give a fuck about
I heard
Godzilla.
mixed reviews, but mostly what I gathered was like it's all fighting.
Yeah, and the last American Godzilla movie wasn't enough fighting.
Yeah, that was all I heard was that every time something big was going to happen, they cut away or something.
And the most recent Godzilla film that I've been a fan of was the
Shin Godzilla?
Shin
now
Godzilla.
that I loved. I really loved that.
And that was all character development and almost no fighting, a lot of transformations. But this was like all fighting, all just an American homage to all the different kaiju. Because in all the American Godzilla movies I've seen, it was basically just Godzilla.
Yeah,
and maybe like one other kind of new
Matthew Broderick.
Titan for him to fight.
Yeah.
But this was, hey, we're going to like take a nod to the old Japanese films, the Toho Godzilla, and we're going to do fucking the dragon with 3 heads. I don't remember what the hell everyone's called.
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, Mothra's in it.
Whoa.
I can't think of all the names, but it had like 5 or 6 of the major monsters from those Japanese movies, and then a bunch of other little ones. It was like a lot of monsters, a lot of action. That was what I was in for. I was really happy with it, more so than its predecessor, the one with.
So this is a sequel?
I think it kind of follows the last American one.
This was a sequel to the one from 2014.
With the Breaking Bad guy was in it.
Yeah.
For like a second.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot they made that.
This
That was
is like
everywhere at
follow-up to
Comic-Con
that.
that year. Yeah.
This is a great follow-up to that because that one was, hey, here's all your story, character drama, and you see a little bit of Godzilla. It's basically like a prepper for this is like, all right, monster war on Earth, everyone's fucked.
Oh.
It was fun. And that's what I want out of a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, for some reason, Godzilla is a property that, because I always get contacted about that. Like, oh, Rocco, giant monster movie. You're going to see it, right? I don't know. Godzilla, my cup is run with that. Like, I just feel like I saw the old one, the American ones I don't really care for. And so it's just in this void of like, I'm not interested. But I watched Shin Godzilla because the, Eva guy did it.
And they gave it to you early.
Yeah, and so
Definitely.
I love that. I love that guy's fucking directing. I thought it was a great movie about Japanese government. Kind of almost more than Godzilla, and that being a background thing, I thought made it.
I
cool,
watched
but,
the original Godzilla after I had been reading Hiroshima because
wow.
it was like inspired by nuclear bombs going off.
Yeah,
And what I liked about that one was kind of the movie is just about how you respond to a natural disaster when you have no concept of what it is.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like they don't know what the fuck Godzilla is. They don't even know what to do about it.
Right.
Yeah.
The government's just arguing like, should we kill it? They're like, well, we can't kill it. All right, so what do? We don't know. Should we study it? It's kind of worthless to study it.
Yeah.
Because it's
You can't get close to it.
yeah, like we don't know what the fuck to do. And just like their response of like, do we evacuate the cities or where do we send people? Like we don't know where this thing's going.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's cool.
yeah, and I appreciated Shin Godzilla kind of having that same thing. Pivoting it in a different direction where it's more about all this bureaucracy stuff. Like, let's just go attack it. No, we got to go through this guy and we got to get the council to sit down and do some paperwork on it. And it's like, and all these young guys in government are like, just you see the problem, go tackle it, go do it.
Yeah.
No, it's got to go through. And it's I don't know. I appreciated what it was. But I guess I just don't thirst for more Godzilla.
Did you like the Pacific Rim movies? Because I feel like
No.
they're in line. They actually call them kaiju in the movie. the
Yeah, no,
monsters there.
I don't like this. Any of the American like giant monster movies are all fucking slow. Like they're all like everything's got to be this lumbering thing coming over to punch, and it's like I don't know. I would rather Japan gets it. Like give me some Zone of the Enders shit.
Yeah.
Like give me just fast paced robot action. Like I don't know. That's just me. That's me. I don't feel the need for big giant things. Yeah, they are slow and heavy. I don't need that. Like defy my fucking imagination. Like it doesn't need to be true to that. You know what I mean? Like you can go nuts. Use your imagination. I don't know. Give me some Dragon Ball Z shit with giant robots. That's what I want. I don't want A guy takes 20 minutes. The Power Rangers movie that they just did like a couple years ago was the same thing. It's like the Megazord throws 2 punches in that movie because they take 20 minutes to land. You know, it's like no, just give him a bunch of fucking crazy shit and have him combine with the Dragon Zord and blast shit out of his chest and fight a giant pumpkin. You know, like just go crazy.
Go nuts.
No, don't make everything gray and take 20 minutes to move. You know. Anyway, sorry, rant over. Let me try to redeem this rant. Okay. Why is it purple? Okay. First of all, one, it's pimp. It's purple's pimp, right?
Do they have a yellow option?
You know what? It wasn't. Someone in this room has a yellow blade.
Yep.
You have to piss into the. Sorry, I said that wrong. They don't offer that to you at the in the ceremony of building a lightsaber, but in a separate like gift shop, they have Kyber crystals, and one of them's yellow. And if you put that in the hilt, it actually turns the blade.
Is it
yellow.
easy to take the crystal out?
Yeah,
Can we see your
you
crystal?
unscrew.
There's a Kyber crystal in there?
Yeah, What it is the crystals that they give you are actually RF chipped.
This is ingenious.
And so what you do is, they said like, what do you want? And they showed me all the crystals. I said, I want the purple one.
So you picked
First
out
of
your
all-
personal chip.
Well, hold on. Let me just say, I picked purple, right? One, it's pimp.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I picked the crystal, and when I put it in, the blade turned purple. They're chipped. These blades can actually turn any color, but the crystals have some chip in them that tells it make it purple instead. So yeah, he got a yellow crystal later that night somewhere else, and he put it in and it turned yellow.
Wow.
So it dictates what it turns into. Of course, there's probably ways to hack it too, where you could just make it any
I
color.
want rainbow.
Well,
Can we do that?
no, that's not a Jedi thing.
I actually liked. God, what was that video game? Force Unleashed, where you can make your own lightsaber.
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
it wasn't Knights of the Old Republic.
could
I
you do
think
it
it was
Force
Force
Unleashed?
Unleashed.
You'd unlock a bunch of different crystals and different like.
Yeah,
things that
you could do
use.
different colors, but you could also do.
with Star Killer, you're talking about Force Unleashed?
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Is there an evacuation?
No, you can keep
He ran
going.
into the bathroom.
Oh, dude's got.
He tried to do it when the camera wasn't on him.
Dude's got a shit hard. You could do different colors, but you could also do different style of blade, which contextualize, sometimes you would see a Star Wars comic or some sort of like illustration, and the lightsaber would look like it was flaming.
Yeah, at
Versus-
the bottom.
Versus the very sharp, linear laser-like blade like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and it was like depending on the crystal. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that. So in that game, I had like a flaming yellow lightsaber, which I really
Yeah.
loved at the time. So
Yeah. So that again, so like I said, that wasn't part of the default choices, but you could like make that happen if you go find that.
yeah, but you can't do a flaming blade.
No.
No.
Flame blade?
The sounds changed though. That
Yeah, the
emits from
sounds.
the
So
blade.
like, some of the sounds will sound a little more like rough,
Like a
it's-
heftier
like it's
crystal?
raw energy or whatever. I think there's even one crystal you could get that makes it like flicker out, like it's like raw energy. You know what I mean? Like it gives it an effect, like it's not quite right or something. But I could be wrong.
How much do those crystals cost?
Flashing.
I think they're like $13 or something.
Okay.
I'd get multiple
Yeah,
crystals
to me, that's
then.
not too bad. Because you could get.
The lightsaber's what, 25, 30?
yeah, around that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're almost
Crystal's 13. That's
yeah,
a good deal.
That's a good.
Now,
deal.
You're out the
did
door
the case
50.
that I see you have a case? Did that come with the lightsaber?
Yes,
It's 43
they
bucks.
they
You got
you
the whole
that's included.
shebang.
They give you the case. They give you a pin because they ask you like, are you about peace and justice? Are you about order and control?
Oh.
Power and control? Are you whatever? And you tell them, and they give you
Power.
the pin,
Yeah.
and then you wear that into the thing, and that's how they know what parts to give you. Because I thought all the like evil lightsaber shit looked cooler.
Yeah.
So,
you
that's
said
what I
you
picked.
are about power and control.
Yeah, I said I want power and control, and they were like, okay. Ryan was there, and he asked for a red crystal, which is synonymous with some bad
Oh,
stuff,
right.
And again, everyone there's in character, so he said, "I'll take the red crystal," and then they were like, "Hey, keep an eye on this guy." Like, they got pissy with him.
They were saying that because they saw Dr. Ryan.
Yeah, that's what I
Shady as
realized.
fuck.
It had nothing to do with the crystal.
Yeah,
They
that
were
was
They're
it
like,
too.
this guy licks tomatoes.
Yeah.
like, yeah,
We got
they
tomato
said-
liquor.
They said this guy. We watched him cleanse his palate earlier with a piece of fried chicken.
Ugh, Darth Doctor.
Cheating.
We don't do that on Batu.
Not allowed.
So anyway,
Does that lightsaber work with anything else in the park? Like, can you can you
No.
control like a wand at Harry
you
Potter?
kill
or
no,
something?
they don't want you to take them out.
What?
fight with
They
a
sell
sword.
these robes. They sell these robes,
Okay.
They sell.
What's the robe, like $12?
They
6.
yeah.
6?
Well, round up, round down. You're in the ballpark.
Can't be more than
It's
like
thick.
$10
It's pretty
worth of
thick.
fabric.
So they have the robes, they got the saber, all that stuff. But it's like, I'm hearing that they don't want you to wear the robes in the park. That's kind of why.
You can't
Because I
sell
kept
it.
hearing people online were like, they buy them and then it'd be like, okay, take that off, and it's like, I was just gonna wear it. Okay.
But now I know how much is that costing if you have.
Gentlemen, do not say.
Okay, you obviously got a discount.
I
What do
have
you-
a
what's it-
question. Is
yeah.
that the children's size or?
Oh no, this was adult, big ass size.
Oh, so
They got
they don't-
everything.
They don't have many.
I'm
of
not
those.
asking what
assuming got
you
one of the
spent,
rare
Rocco. I'm
ones.
asking what would a normal person spend on this?
Oh, a normal person. A little over 100.
Okay,
That's cool.
So you spent
I
over.
didn't pay that. I didn't. Pay
I
that.
know you didn't, Rocco. I fucking know.
You get the annual
But
pass
my question
discount.
is, you spend over $100.
Yeah.
And they say, now take it off. You can't wear that here. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah,
That
you want to know
sucks.
why? Because where the fuck are you supposed to wear it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
what
so-
it's for.
Exactly.
That's a fucking pajama.
You're in Star Wars land.
Wear it
It's
to
for Batu.
Rocco literally has the only job where we'll tolerate him wearing it to work.
No, and that's why I
And
got it.
barely.
I'm like,
and fucking barely.
so that's why I was there. I was telling them, I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
Because regardless, if I can wear it today, cool. At the least, I'm wearing this on the podcast. I'm going to wear it in fucking Flame War Theater or something. Like, I will get a shitload of use out of this.
Yeah.
But like, kids want to wear it in the fucking like Star Wars world. Like the Harry Potter land, you can wear the Hogwarts robes.
Yes.
So why can't you do that here? But anyway, I saw people on Twitter saying, hey, it's day 2, because we went on day 2 of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge
Right.
being open.
Right.
And I was seeing people on Twitter, hey, I'm just putting them on and no one's saying anything to me. And so we were like, fuck it. We did the same thing. We got cloaks and wore them. And I wore mine the entire day. Like all these people I met and I talked to, I got pictures with them in this fucking cloak. I wore it all day. Employees were like happy to see us. They were like, you guys are so fucking cool.
Wow.
Pimp.
But honestly, it was like totally like had fun all day looking like a moron. It was totally great. And then at the end of the day, when we got to our appointment to do the lightsaber thing, they like gave us a stern lecture. They were like, I've been told to tell you cannot wear cloaks here at the Black Spire. And they try to keep it in character, but it's just like,
Who told you that? The fucking emperor?
yeah, that's what it is.
right.
It's like, oh, fucking Palpatine send this down. But yeah, they don't want people. There's always been this Disney thing of like, we don't want to confuse kids to think characters are around. But it's like, homeboy, I've been wearing this cloak over fucking street clothes. Like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? If you had the full garb or a fucking helmet or
Yeah.
something, okay.
If you had a name tag on, there's a problem.
Yeah. But Rey is walking around. She doesn't have a name tag. But that's
it's
full.
Rey.
But that's a full costume. It's not a cloak over my fucking Captain EO shirt.
Yeah, I don't
sell
know.
a robe. with
Okay,
a
yeah.
lightsaber.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like all of this stuff right now is like, yeah, buy these robes, then put them in this bag and don't take them out. Oh yeah, get this lightsaber, and now here's the case. Keep it in the case. But again, I saw people playing with the lightsabers all night. They weren't enforcing that, but they did. Mostly, nobody said anything about the robes. It was just one person we ran into at the end, and they seemed like they were like a hot shot there. Like it was. I don't think it was just Joe Schmo employee. I think it was
was
like
the mayor of
Yeah, I think it
Batu.
was someone higher up. So I think this is all gonna turn around where people like, hey, we're not gonna fucking enforce that. But we'll see.
Like this is like a huge sword. It's heavy.
Yeah, this is metal. It's legit.
And so my question is like, okay, let's say you go to
weapon.
Batu and get a lightsaber, and you do it at noon.
yeah.
Then now you're with this fucking burden the entire trip. 'Cause
Get a
you-
locker.
what, you can't. Can you fit that in a locker? I don't think so.
No, but you can. There are places you can check stuff. Like, hey, I'm gonna check this at the. Can they hold
okay.
this behind? There's ways to do
because
that. at Disney.
those cost like a couple $100, and so I can't imagine like
gentlemen, do not say prices.
the average
we added
person
up as
spends
like
a couple
43.
$100 on that. Not Rocco.
No, not me.
Not
No.
him. But it's like I just can't imagine being like, okay, I'm gonna go on this ride, but I can't take it on the ride, but I don't want to leave it here, and I don't want to. It's like a problem. It's a
No, there's
problem.
there's ways for them to.
You got to
hold
do
it
that
for
at the end of your trip. At the end of the day, that's when you go to Build-A-Bear.
Anybody can have them check stuff at the counter, and you can get it later. And then if you're staying at a Disney hotel, like on the property, they will actually just bring it to your room.
Whoa.
So that's one of the perks of doing that.
that's
classy.
nice.
Okay.
I didn't do either of those things. I carried it like a badass. I was battling. I just put it up actually, not to keep plugging my own personal YouTube channel.
Yeah, geez.
But I did put up a message. YouTube tried to stop me from doing it. ISIS is not a problem anymore.
Oh, I didn't realize.
We know they're eviscerated. But listen, North Korea, you guys keep playing your little games. I sent a message from from the Millennium Falcon. And I want everyone to know, you could see the video on my channel. I do a routine with this very lightsaber. And the important thing I want everyone to know is, as I did it, there was a manager trying to get everyone to go home the whole time. I did it because it was empty in front of the Millennium Falcon because everyone was leaving. And there was a manager like, please go home. The park is closed. Please go home. And he had to watch me do that. So keep that in mind, that a guy is pissed off trying to go home, watching me.
You were those guys.
What's that?
You were those group didn't want to leave the theme park.
No, we were leaving. I just had to get that in.
These poor employees been there all day. Park's closed. They want to go home to their
there
families.
having to deal with the fucking nerdiest guys
Wearing cloaks.
like taking it way too
I wouldn't say
seriously.
nerdy. I wouldn't say nerdy.
I'd
I'm
say
not talking
pimp.
about. I'm talking about everybody else. That
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Not
The other
you.
ones.
Not you.
You were probably a treat.
Yeah. I was.
that
just
point.
kind of doing my
Just sweet relief from the day.
doing my duty as an American, basically.
That's
just trying
right.
to defend.
That's
Defend
right.
the homeland.
Anyway, hey, we haven't done any plugs this week, so I want to throw some plugs out, and then I want to talk a minute about we got 64 Day coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
This Tuesday is 64 Day. Over here in the Mega 64 HQ, we're going to be streaming throughout the day. That day, streaming some fun stuff. And we got exclusive stuff coming to our store, our online store. So it's going to be a really fun day. That's June 4th, 2019, this Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe we would take a minute to kind of go through what we're going to have that day, because we showed it all on Twitter, but we didn't really talk about it on here and give a little more context.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, this is today. It's right now.
It's right now. So
Happy
maybe,
Mega64 Day.
Maybe
Noon
go
to 5.
maybe wrap this up and go over to our, twitch.tv/Mega64 podcast.
Yeah.
That's where you can see our streams. But anyway, there's exclusive stuff in our store as well. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. Around noon Pacific on 64 Day, we'll be streaming. And again, just random stuff. Maybe we'll be playing a game. Maybe we'll be watching old Mega64 videos. Maybe Gary will be doing a PPS, a bonus show or something. Whatever. We're going to be just kind of casually streaming through the day. And we might even be streaming maybe even like the night before, like at midnight when it all goes live, all the stuff on our store. Or, just keep an eye out. There's going to be random streams on either side of that. But primarily they'll start around noon on Tuesday. But anyway, some of the stuff we're going to have in our live store I thought I'd show real quick. Let's show the first thing here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess that's it. Yeah. Throughout the day, we're gonna have discounts on certain shirts, select DVDs, Blu-rays. Oh, sorry, I should have said this earlier. Plushes too. I forgot to mention this earlier, but we have a representative from Cheap Ass Gamer here in the room,
In studio.
and they just made noise as I
he's
said
like,
this.
When you said discount, he went, "Oh!"
Yeah, I literally just heard in the back of the studio. So anyway, there's going to be discounts on shirts, DVDs, Blu-rays, some of the plushes, and every apparel order that day. If it says it qualifies for a secret mystery prize, that day we're giving out an exclusive trading card you're only going to be able to get it when you order on 64 Days. So that's going to be cool. We'll keep it a little surprise what it's going to be, but you're going to want that card if you're trying to collect them. But anyway, the next thing I want to show is one of the exclusive items of 64 Day that we're going to have is during Black Friday we did an exclusive black charm sweatshirt that everybody really liked. But of course, it's summer. I've had a lot of people saying, I wish that was a shirt. Like the black version was a shirt. So only on 64 Day, not before or after, we're going to do the next thing is the Charm Elite shirt, a shirt version of that.
Very
in
cool.
case, you want to wear something a little cooler during the summer. That's going to be a 64 Day exclusive. That's coming from me to you. But the next design, this is actually one of Derek's designs that's going to be available for the first time on 64 Day. Anything you want to say about it?
Check it out.
Check it out. The For the Birds shirt.
Nice.
And that's on a white shirt, but then there's going to be a 64 Day exclusive tie-dye variant of it. So you can get either or both. But that design is going to be available on 64 Day. The other design, Sean, I don't know what he farted this one out real quick. He said he came up with this the night before and I'm just kidding. Sean has had this design in the works for a long time.
Yeah.
But it was hard to get the shirt that it's on. It was a complicated situation.
Yeah, Jason Cryer and I worked on this shirt and finalized it in March of 2018, and it's been a year and a couple months, and we're finally putting it out. I am so excited, but it is the Apollo 64 shirt,
Nice.
and I am excited for it. So
Yeah, so that's finally going to be up for pre-order. All this new stuff is up for pre-order on 64 Day, and you'll be able to get that then. And I'm really excited that's finally coming out.
yeah.
And then we're going to give a second chance for some of the, we do this thing called 64-hour special where there's shirts that are only available for 64 hours, then they're gone. We're going to give a second chance to a few of the biggest hit designs that we had, plus a new 64-hour special. We're going to rerun the Sequence Erase shirt, which has never,
Nice.
that was the rarest shirt we ever printed. We did about 100 of them on Black Friday in 2014, I think. And so many people were really bummed out that they couldn't get it. So we're going to do one more run. It's going to be up for 64 hours and then gone. Same with those other ones. You get one last chance to get those. So those are going to be up on
Very
64
cool.
Day. And last year there was an exclusive Sean plush at the conventions. We have some left over after those cons last year. So we're just going to put those up first come, first serve on our online store. Same with, we still have some Black Friday goth variant versions. Both of those will be up on 64 Day.
Look at that.
Yeah. And then the last thing is there was, we did a while ago, we did a poster. It was the Bryce the Nobody poster. Wait, was that his name? Bryce the
Yeah.
Nobody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we did that video, but Bryce the Nobody from our Kingdom Hearts video got a poster. That's going to be up exclusively only on 64 Day. If you want to pick up that poster, check it out.
Shout out Kevin Hilt on that artwork. Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
Kevin
nice.
Hilt nailed that. So yeah, 64 Day. Join in June 4th, 2019, and it's going to be fun. So check that out.
June the 4th be with you.
June the 4th be with you, as they say in The Godfather. Anyway.
Now,
Yeah.
all this talk about Batu and Star Wars Land, we didn't get the final answer. Is the blue milk nasty or is it
Garrett,
tasty?
thank you.
I don't know. I recorded a video where you'll get the full.
on your
Oh,
personal
you're
channel?
gonna
The
see.
full
You're gonna.
rundown.
This was discussed on the
personal
podcast,
channel?
though.
Jesus.
But I can give you the. I mean, I can give you the gist. You want the gist of it?
Give us the jizz.
I would. Yeah.
The gist of it was nasty, and no one was happy.
Oh, did not see that.
It
coming.
wasn't like I was it was it reminded me of what do you call it? What do we compare it to?
Detergent or fabric
Detergent.
Fabric softener.
What?
Fabric detergent. Yeah, it reminded me of that.
like Snuggle.
And now I'm going to say, and now if you're not understanding, I'll make it very clear. Ryan loved it. Right? Do I need to say anything else? Thank you.
You know it sucks.
So
Thank you.
So Kevin and Rocco both disappointed in the blue
Wait,
milk.
you wanted it to be
Wow.
nasty, and it was, but you weren't happy?
Too nasty.
You know what? It should have been nasty in a different way.
Was it too sweet?
Because it was like fruity chemicals. No. It should have been like fucking like salty fucking.
You know what?
Sweaty.
Maybe
farty
that's what it
milk.
really
Like,
tasted like in real life when
Yeah,
Luke Skywalker
that's
drank
a good
it.
point.
like Snuggle.
No.
Did-
Let me tell you, someone should have served me that cup. It should have been so fucking pungent and gross, and they should have gone, did you taste it? That's how it should have gone.
That's how it should have gone.
Oh shit.
Anyway, that's all. I think that's a good note.
That's
to
a
end
good
on.
note to
Okay.
end on.
Can we have Jared come on and say goodnight? Is that,
I mean, what do you think?
Yeah,
Are
give
you
him
up
a
for
mic.
that?
is he okay with this? Jared, you all right?
Hit that mic.
Make it a good one too.
Good night.